Hello everybody, how are you doing? I hope that you're really well. Holly here to do this week's soul-centered session. We're here for chit chats, we're here for meditation, we're here really just to connect together and help each other through this weird and strange time in human history. So for those of you who haven't joined or are unfamiliar with me and my work, my name is Holly. Obviously, I just said that. I'm also known as Holistic Holly. My kind of path in life, my profession, if you like, is that of a modern day mystic. I am a holistic health practitioner. That's what my professional background is in. But I'm also an oracle, a medium, a spiritual teacher, mentor, and guide for those who are seeking to develop and understand their spirituality, to help people navigate their spiritual awakening journey, and to really remember and connect with the truth of who they are. Seeing through the illusion, seeing through all the limiting beliefs and programming that we have accumulated on our soul's journey to help us really align with our true purpose and, the person we incarnated to be in this lifetime, in this crazy world that we're living in. So I can see a few people jumping on. Hello, so good to have you here. Please let me know when you jump on. Say hello. If you're catching the replay as well, please let me know. Put perhaps hashtag replay, let me know where in the world that you're watching from. We have a lovely community here growing and building, and it's just so lovely to help people meet kindred spirits and like minds, wherever in the world that you are. So I am based in South Wales in the UK, in a town called Bridgend, but I do have people joining and using my services and connecting with my community from all over the globe. So let us know where you're watching from. If you find value in this, please invite a friend to come and watch or to share this with them, because the more the merrier, and the more people that we can help, the better, right? Let's make this community even bigger. So hello Tanya, hello Alyssa, lovely to have you here. So lovely to see you. Oh, and Vicky Evans is on as well. Hello Victoria, hello, hello, lovely to have you. So we do this every week, same time, same place, every Thursday evening. And last week we had a bit of a longer chit chat than usual. I really felt compelled to talk about something that spirit, my guide, the universe, whatever you want to describe that as, the goddess, God, whatever, descriptive term that you put on it. I was really urged by that energy to talk about some of the origins of the human race. Really, we talked about the human race being a species with amnesia, which led us down some really beautiful avenues of conversation. So if that catches your ear, if that pricks your interest, please go back and find last week's session, because it really was a delight. It really was really enjoyable. And there was a lot of information that I shared that I have felt that it's been bubbling near the surface for a while, that needed to be shared. So really great feedback. A lot of people enjoyed it, so please let me know if you enjoyed it. Hello, big up Pretend, says Alyssa. Absolutely. Hello Tanya. Hello Rian from Penarth, also South Wales. Hello Amanda. Hello darling. Lovely to connect with you all this evening. So this evening I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about, to be honest. I know that I wanted to just check in and let people know that the energy at the moment is one of agitation and irritability. Okay, so Mars is in Aries for a little bit longer than it usually is when it has one of these transits, which it causes us to get a little bit short-tempered. So, you know, if you have been, go easy on yourself. Realize that it's not coming from within you, but it's being influenced from outside of you. You know, as above, so below. So, you know, we are all being impacted in the same way. We all react to things in a similar way, and you know, we may have felt some of our buttons getting pushed over the last couple of days, so know that you're not alone in that, and please be gentle and kind with yourself on that issue. Okay. Binky's here. Hello, my darling. I hope you're having a good day. So it has been a bit of a weird one this last week, but things are looking up, things are looking brighter. You know, there's a lot of heavy stuff going on out there, depending how long you've had your finger on the pulse or how long you've been looking into things. There's a lot of very dark information that really causes us to have these real physical reactions to it. Now, keeping this container a high vibrational space as much as possible. You're not opening anything up because we're all at different places in the journey. But I've come across some information today that has really helped turn a corner, I suppose, and it reinforces what I've been feeling the last few days. And I've been really getting a lot of messages from my guides again, and from the angels that I work with, that I need to step back from all of that information so I can work on cultivating my own light, my own energy, and to really be able to, you know, be that solid light source that people can lean into when they get to the point in their journey where they're having to face all of this information. And so the last few days I've stepped back and I've been, you know, thinking about my faith. I've been thinking about, you know, how the world is changing and how, you know, we can become impatient about this new earth, this bright future that we've been promised with the age of Aquarius. And sometimes it's hard to keep our eyes fixed on that vision of what it is that we want to create and manifest in the world when we are faced with, you know, such dire information and such dark stuff. But the last few days it's really reminded me of focusing on that peace and that harmony. And then today I was just inspired to watch a video. I don't watch every video that I get sent because I get sent a lot of stuff, but I started watching one video and it was just like puzzle pieces dropped into place, and I thought to myself, yeah, it like the tide is turning and the light is winning the war. Because we are in a war, we are in an energetic war, a spiritual war, and the tide is definitely turned in our favour. So I don't know if, or any of you, or, you know, I know some of you know what I'm talking about, but just let this be a message of hope and, you know, reassurance that the light is winning. Okay. So yeah, if any of this resonates with you, do let me know. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Scott. Hello, Kirsty. Hello from Margate in Kent. Well, hello. And hello, Robin. Lovely to have you on here. So if anyone has been struggling with this energy and have been a bit downtrodden of late, I want this to be a message of hope. Now, I did post a video a little while back on my YouTube channel of a message that I channeled on the summer solstice. If you haven't watched that yet, please go and check that out, because it really does give some really constructive things that you can do to help cultivate your own light, to contribute to this collective consciousness that is trying to raise the vibration, that is trying to usher in this new age of unity, of love, of compassion, across the planet as we move forward into this, you know, this higher dimensional frequency. And it's really, really exciting. So Rian says she knows. That's amazing. Hello Fee. Hello darling. Lovely, lovely, lovely to have you on here. We're just having a little bit of a chit chat. I hope I'm not waffling too much. Janine is here. Hello beautiful. Hello darling. So I hope that you are all well. I hope that you are doing really, really great. So let me just have a little bit of a drink here. Now, one thing that I feel that I really need to remind everybody is that self-care is one of the most profound things that you can do to really raise that vibration, to really change your internal world. Okay, focusing on your self-care above anything else really helps you change the frequency that you're emitting. So if you're struggling with anything, struggling with emotions, relationships, different situations, what's going on in the world, it's okay to unplug. It's, you know, that's part of self-care, is, you know, limiting phone time, limiting social media time. That's a huge self-care point, as well as, you know, the drinking water, the doing the yoga, the perhaps doing a body scrub and a bit of a moisturize after you've got out of the shower or whatever. Like, all of that's important, but making time for your meditation, reading, these things for yourself to really help you kind of separate yourself from that heavy energy, that fear energy, that outrage, that anger, that disgust, that pain that is really rippling through, you know, a lot of the collective consciousness at the moment. So remember that you by taking time out to look after you and doing the things that you need to do, that is going to have a massive impact on everyone else as well. You do you, right? But by focusing on your healing, your journey, releasing what's weighing you down, you know, that raises the vibration of the collective as well, because we are all connected. So just don't underestimate the value of changing your mindset, changing what you focus on, and raising your own frequency. I talked about this in some readings that I was doing last night for my Patreon supporters. You know, talked about dancing to raise your vibration, and it absolutely does. And, you know, obviously essential oils are a really powerful way of doing that too. And there's obviously lots of other self-care hacks and techniques that you can use. Working on your chakras is a really powerful one as well. You know, releasing what's coming up for you and all of this that's coming to light as well, because a lot of past life stuff, a lot of, you know, stuff in our own past, it might be being triggered and coming to the surface with a lot of this new information that's coming to light. Okay. Thank you Binky, that's really kind of you. I am feeling much better, thank you. Oh, thank you very much, Binky. Binky said it was a really beautiful message and worth listening to again. I think that's the one that I posted on my YouTube channel that I mentioned about. So yes. So I'm going to open the floor up to a bit of a Q&A. If anyone has any questions about anything before we do our meditation this evening, you know, and I literally mean, you know, no holds barred. Whether you want to talk about holistic healing, whether you want to talk about specific, you know, natural remedies, holistic remedies, whether you want to talk about, you know, spiritual development, psychic awareness, whether you want to talk about, you know, movement into the new earth, whether you have any kind of blocks or anything that you're struggling with your own meditation journey, I'm opening the floor. Any questions, welcome. Hello Amanda, hello Diane, my beautiful cousin. How are you, sweetheart? I hope that you're really well. Funnily enough, Diane, you came up in conversation today. One of the boys, I can't remember who it was, pulled a photograph of me and my brother off the shelf from when we were kids, and Mum was like, you look a spitting image of Diane in that picture. So there we go. So yeah, lovely to have you on here. Absolutely adore it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Fee. Fee says, highly recommend the card reading sessions with Holly. Truly magical and so accurate. Thank you. Thank you very much. So last night, so once a month, I mean, I do pretty much weekly Zoom calls with all my Patreon supporters from the middle and higher tiers, like pretty much once a week, but once a month. And this was a session last night. We do like a mini readings Zoom session where I pull cards and do little mini readings for everybody, and we had loads of fun last night. It was really, really good, really, really high energy. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, so, and it's just great. It's great to see people's faces. I mean, I love doing these sessions over live stream, but in a Zoom, it's really nice that you get to see and talk to people as well. So if you are interested in knowing more about my Patreon and what is included and what benefits you get from making monthly donations, I'll put a little link. In, well, I can do it in the comments now. I'll do a little link. It's there we go, posted. So yeah, if you go there, you can have a little look at what's included. We do meditation sessions, the full moon and the new moon. We do a Q&A session as well as the reading session. For those in my higher tier, the Soul Star members, they actually get readings sent to them every new moon and full moon as well, so they get quite a lot of readings to help support them on their journey and to help them through what it is that they're going through at the moment, regardless of regardless of what issue that they may be facing at the moment. Diane says, I've been talking about you too, my lovely. Hope all is well. Yes, yeah, really well. Thank you, sweetheart. Would love to get together sometime soon. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Yeah, it really was a really, really lovely evening. We were on a good few hours as well last night, so that's really, really it was really nice, especially in this time where we all feel a little bit isolated even still. So it's good. It's good. So I've got my nice big chunky bit of quartz here this evening. Always different crystals around me all the time. But yeah, I've been really drawn to go within myself, to be honest, the last week. I've really had to detach from a lot of things because I've had to work through what I was processing. A lot of the energy that was coming in was weighing really heavily on me, and so I needed to, take that time in self-care and just be alone as much as possible, as much as you can with little ones around. But I feel so much better for it, and I feel much more resilient and much sturdier and steadier for it. So, I feel, and this is something that I said to someone last night, I think it's really important that we drop the shoulds and ought tos and the feelings of obligation to others. If we need to tend to our own mental state, our own emotional well-being, then that needs to be one of our top priorities, because we can't care for others and help others and assist others as well as we could if we are not looking after our own selves. So it's just really, really important to be reminded of that sometimes, I think, and to be reminded to practice what we preach, follow the same advice we would give to our best friend or a loved one, because we often are quite neglectful and quite harsh to ourselves. We have so much compassion for others, but often not a lot when it comes to us. So if you feel like you need to take some time out, some time to be by yourself, to get grounded, to just breathe into what you're experiencing, particularly if you have been quite snappy and irritable the last few days, because I sure have been. And, when you just take that time to recharge and to breathe, it really helps you put things in perspective. I've also been going on I've been organising the house, literally going through and sorting everything, organising all the books on the bookshelves, organising all the toys. I've been through pretty much my whole wardrobe today. So for me, I find something very therapeutic about decluttering and organising. It could be very much, my moon in my chart, my astrology chart, my moon is in Virgo, and that is a sign that likes order and organisation and things to be in their place. And for me, there's something really healing and balancing about that. But you need to do what's right for you. But the key thing is here, and that word that just came is balance and balancing. We can't be all things to all people at all times. We need to look after ourselves, especially with all of this stuff coming into the light, the darkness coming to light. Okay, so absolutely cleansing. So glad you're feeling better. We all need to take time out now and again. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Fee. Yeah, absolutely true. Totally agree about self-care. Thank you, Tanza. Cleansing. That's right, Binky. Alyssa, okay. Do you have any advice on how to help someone that is very affected by negative energies in the world but is reluctant to meditate, doesn't believe in spiritual things at all? Wow. Now, that is a tricky area. Now, it's something that I could talk about a lot, and it depends, you know, how close they are to you, you know, what kind of relationship you have with them. And it's so funny when people say they don't believe in spiritual things at all, because actually with a bit of inquiry most people do at some level, and there is so much scientific evidence now for the spiritual dimensions, and you know, the fact that we are electromagnetic beings, not physical beings, you know, the quantum physics of, you know, entanglement theory and all of that suggests that we are all connected. There's so much information coming to light lately about the fact that we are all psychic, how, you know, scientific studies and research have shown that you can strengthen that psychic ability, particularly when it comes to, you know, extrasensory perception and remote viewing. It's something that everyone is able to do. So there's so much science and documented evidence of that now. But, you know, the question was not about proving to anyone about anything. The advice was asking how to help someone that is very affected by negative energies in the world but is reluctant to meditate. Encourage them to get out in nature as often as possible. Really it depends. It depends what your relationship is with this person as well. It's a tricky one. You know, get them to focus on, you know, like the psychological aspects of getting resilient. Okay, so that's, you know, that's focusing on you know, focusing on positive things, you know, positive things, focusing on what can make change, and really just planting seeds of how beneficial meditation can be, how beneficial taking time to reflect on information can be. And the thing is, a lot of people, we are getting more and more sensitive. We are getting more and more energetically sensitive as well as we move forward. And so people are getting more influenced by the energies around them, by the emotions of those around them, and by what's weighing heavy in the collective consciousness as well. So, you know, there are so many tools and tips and tricks that I would offer to someone that was on the spiritual path. Not necessarily you know, an easy one to focus on for those that aren't, but I think I would go back to what I said earlier. You know, get them to start focusing on self-care, get them to, you know, switch off social media for a little while, stop scrolling, stop looking, stay away from the drama, stay away from the arguments and the, you know, the polarity, the divisiveness that, you know, that is going on, where people, you know, people are, you know, butting heads about so many things. It's like, stay away from the drama, practice self-care, get out in nature. They're probably the main things. If it's someone in your family, or someone that you're sharing a home with, get some essential oils out, because they really help with that as well. You know, get smudging the space, cleansing the space, get some protective herbs, protective crystals around the house perhaps. But they are, you know, they are some tips. It's kind of hard depending on how open they are or not. But there's so many videos out there now with people that, you know, can explain these things really, really well. So perhaps like offer them some suggestions of some documentaries to watch or some videos to watch that might really help them. What the Bleep Do We Know is a really, really good one about changing your mindset. There's a really good one I watched the other day, Third Eye Spies, which is, it's all about that scientific approach to developing astral projection and all of that stuff. So that's a really good watch as well. So I hope that answers for you a little bit. Janine says she's feeling Palo Santo tonight. That's amazing. Yeah, Janine says I have one of those people. I do too. Amazing. So Palo Santo tonight, amazing. Wild orange, Naoli and cedarwood. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Lovely combination of essential oils. Amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. You can if if it's someone that you've got to share a space with or live in a space with, you can make like smudge sprays, where you put like different essential oils in water in a spray bottle, and you can like spray your aura or spray the space around you, and it'll clear and raise the vibration of that area. So that can be very helpful as well. A good friend of mine made a banishing spray because she was having some really difficult interactions with some people in her workspace, in her office, and she would spray around the door. And she said it was so funny because these people that she was having a difficult time with, it's like they'd walk up to the door, kind of rethink their decision and go off again, like they wouldn't even enter the office. And so she was really proud of that. I said, you got to bottle it and sell it, because it really helped create harmony in her office space. So there are things like that you can buy or that you can make yourself, that you can surreptitiously kind of give them a little squirt and a spray to help cleanse their energy for them, if that's like an ethical thing to do. Sometimes people need to go through this stuff and deal with this stuff for their highest good, because it helps them learn resilience and it helps teach them the lessons that they need to learn. It's our discomfort that often forces us to a place of transformation, and so perhaps the difficult time they're going through is something that they need to go through. But at the same time, we do want to alleviate as much as we can, and I think that sometimes we do without even meaning to step over the line with that, because we want so much to help other people. Like I said, sometimes they need to go through what they're going through for their own growth and for their own benefit in the long run, even though it's really hard sometimes to watch people around us go through these things. Sometimes it's exactly what they need. So only they can, what's that expression? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's like you can show them the door, but, they can only walk through it when they're ready. So again, you can just offer some advice, plant some seeds, and, maybe a little whiles down the road, they'll remember what you said and be like, oh, I'm ready now to do that meditation, or I'm ready to give it a try, just walking barefoot on the grass. Because that's what I say, to most people. If you're struggling to get grounded, or if you're struggling to get centered, go and earth yourself barefoot on the grass or the sand or in the sea, to connect with the earth, because we have a literal physiological change that happens to us when we touch trees, when we are barefoot on the ground. There's a discharge of free radicals, and it balances our energy, quite physically reducing inflammation in the body. So, you can say this to someone, time and time again, and then one day when no one's looking, they're gonna give it a try. Take their shoes off and feel incredible for it and wish they'd listened to you sooner. But you can just plant the seeds. That's all you can do. But just remember that other people are not your responsibility. And that's another part of the self-care thing. It's funny, I was talking about this the other night. I was talking about numerology, and one of the traits, I'm a life path 9, one of the traits of the life path 9 is feeling like the whole world is your responsibility. And that's one of the things that a life path 9 has to overcome. And it's so true that it's not our responsibility to heal everyone, to make everyone feel better. So they've got to learn to do that for themselves. So we've just got to stop feeling so responsible and guilty about it when we're not doing that. Okay. Okay. So Tanya says, if I disappear, it's because we've got a thunderstorm. Oh, how lovely. Very, very cleansing and clearing for the air. Which oils would be good for that spray, please, Holly? Okay, off the top of my head, I would say frankincense, I would say basil, I would say rose might be a good one. Lavender's good for all sorts of things. I would look that up though, because there's lots of different ones that may resonate a little bit better with you or for you. Orange would be a really good one as well because that's so zesty. There's a really great book, you all know what it's going to be, who are always here. The Fragrant Heavens by Valerie Ann Woolwood. It's the spiritual dimension of fragrance and aromatherapy, and I'm sure that there'll be some really great recommendations in there. Otherwise, go on Pinterest. That's a really great search place for anything related to this kind of stuff, or anything in general really, but you'll get some really good recommendations on there about what essential oils to use. I made some protection jars the other day, like herb jars, and I did put a little bit of frankincense essential oil in, but I used all manner of different herbs. I put mint, I put lavender, I put rosemary, I put cinnamon, what else did I put in there? Salt, always salt as an energy cleanser. And yeah, I put a few different bits and bobs in, but have a little look, see what resonates with you, because there's different strokes for different folks, right? Different things. Alyssa says smudge spray sound perfect. Someone once told me about a wizard spray which completely changed the energy of her workplace, but she was in Australia. I'd love something like that. Well, there's loads of recipes out there that you can use, and you can buy them. And there's a lady I know, Christina Pandolfo, who owns Domino Luna Apothecary. She I'll put a link to her page in later, but she sells aura cleansing sprays, chakra cleansing sprays, and liquid smudge as well. I would love that one. You're so welcome. The oil book is The Fragrant Heavens by Valerie Ann Woolwood. At least once a month I share stuff from that book. It's one of the best books ever. One of my favourites. It's definitely been one of the most profound on my journey as well, because I'm such an aromatherapy nut. I love essential oils, and when you actually use them to help you with your spiritual practices, say putting a drop or two of jasmine essential oil or frankincense essential oil or what have you, when you sit to meditate or when you do yoga, it changes the entire experience. It can make it really very profound. They can really invite in spiritual experiences in an incredible way. So if you are into essential oils, and if you are interested in developing your own spiritual practices and experiences, expanding your consciousness, using essential oils is one way that you can include that plant medicine in your spiritual development. It can help you feel close to angels, to spirit guides. It can really help you find clarity. It can heighten your psychic abilities in numerous different ways, and it can really help with balancing your chakras if you're working on that level of awareness. When combined with other healing modalities, they really can be very, very profound. I know combining aromatherapy and reflexology, even if just putting drops of essential oil perhaps on acupuncture points, it really is extremely profound. So definitely something worth looking into and pursuing. Yes, that's right. That's absolutely right. The Fragrant Heavens by Valerie Ann Woolwood. Abe Books, abebooks.co.uk or .com, depending where you are in the world, is a really good place for buying secondhand books that are very, very reasonably priced as well. I used to use them as an alternative to Amazon, as I'm not a fan of Amazon for obvious reasons. But apparently they were bought out by Amazon, so I am on the hunt for another independent source of books. So if anyone has any recommendations, please let me know. Okay, so oh, hello Tina, how are my love. So, does anyone else have any questions they would like to ask before we get into our meditation for this evening? I call these sessions soul-centered meditation sessions, or soul-centered sessions, is because we are focusing on the soul, we are focusing on the spiritual aspect of our beings, of our existence. And we're using that as a focal point for our meditations, because often guided meditations, they focus on the rise and fall of the breath, or focusing on relaxation, clearing your mind. But for us, we're actually tuning in to focus on our soul, our energetics, connecting with the divine, with Mother Earth, with our ancestors, angels, spirit guides, tuning into our higher self, really focusing on clearing any energetic blockages that we're holding in our energy bodies and our aura. And we're doing it with intention, with guided visualization. Okay, now visualization, like anything, is something that you need to strengthen. You need to practice with to get better at it. So a lot of the things that I suggest or advise, the prompts that I give, if you're struggling to visualize those, that's absolutely fine. That again, this is a judgment-free zone, and I really want you to start becoming aware of that self-criticism or self-judgment that you have, because that's one of the reasons that I think stops people don't meditate so much, because they don't want to be alone with that inner voice, because that inner voice isn't very nice, it isn't very kind. So this is catching that and going, actually, I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to ignore the negative comments I have about myself. I'm not going to judge myself for thinking about what I'm going to do after the meditation, or thinking about what happened today, or thinking about the to-do list I've got for tomorrow, or the mask debate, or worrying about your child go back to school with all the COVID restrictions, or you worrying about this, that, or the other. It's fine. Your brain naturally wanders. The mind has been programmed to keep busy, so it's natural for it to start putting things into your awareness. But the trick is to just keep bringing your focus back to your breathing, focus on the intention that you're putting out there, and bringing yourself back to center when you notice your mind's wandering. So just remember, judgment-free zone here, guys. Okay, so Alyssa says, what? I've been using ebooks as an alternative to Amazon too. That's so gutting. Yeah, it is gutting. My ears are popping like crazy tonight. It's getting stronger by the minute. Any tips for going into this meditation, please? Mine too, buzzing. Yeah, mine have been a bit poppy actually as well. I'm not surprised with you two. The three of us are like sync. So, tips as always are just to get grounded, acknowledge whoever is drawing close, whatever is drawing close, feeling safe and secure. If it is getting uncomfortable, that popping and that whatever's happening with you, ask your teammates to chill out a bit. Ask them, look, you're aware that they're drawing close, but it's uncomfortable, and it's not helping you in this moment, because they are going to take this opportunity to draw close if you invite them to. But this is a safe space. Okay, so just work with the intentions that we're setting, and it will be grand, it will be glorious. Okay, popping like you're underwater, that's really funny. That's definitely someone drawing in and moving forward. And from your message last night, Janine, it's definitely Archangel Michael coming to do some shifting and changing within you. Okay, so what we tend to do in these sessions is 3 short practices, beginning with a grounding exercise, then a clearing exercise, and then, we finish with protection. But I'm going to try and put this into, I'm going to keep these sessions as short as I can. Okay, because not everyone is used to sitting still for a long period of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep them quite short, but we're going to come out between each one just to check in, see how it's going before we drop back into the next practice, okay? Because it'll give you a chance to have a move around, have a little drink, and just to be comfortable, okay? So make sure that you're in a comfortable place. You know, hopefully where you're not going to be disturbed, okay? And perhaps have a drink of water. Okay. And and just start to bring your awareness to your breath. Okay, now don't change it at all at the moment, just acknowledge it, just recognize, just see how it is you're feeling, whether it's a shallow breath, a deep breath, and just start to lengthen it, start to make it a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. Close your eyes if you haven't already, just flutter them close them gently. And use your out breath to drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Soften the muscles across your forehead, around your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue. Softening the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet. Using that exhale to soften and melt away any tension, any tightness, any stiffness that you may be holding in your body. Just having a little body scan, so just moving your awareness with your breath just around your body, just softening any areas that you may be feeling some tightness. Becoming more and more relaxed with every breath you take. You may find a gentle sway if that feels more comfortable for you than sitting still. Maybe some little micro rotations. Just mindfully making sure that your shoulders stay dropped. Your jaw stays relaxed. As you start to sink into the chair, into the bed, wherever you're sitting, feeling a little bit heavier the more you relax. Becoming aware now of the sensation of the chair or the cushion underneath you, the support that is holding you up from below. Whether you can feel your legs up against the bed or the sofa, or whether your feet are in contact with the floor, just bring your awareness and your attention to that contact. acknowledging that upward movement of energy from below, that support underneath you holding you up. As we start to send our awareness now down into the earth below us. Now, this can be done in a number of ways. Some people like to visualize a beam of light from their root chakra down into the earth. Some people like to imagine an anchor being dropped down, like an anchor being dropped overboard. My personal favourite is to imagine roots growing down into the earth, like the roots of a tree, from my sit bones or from the soles of my feet, travelling down through their layers of mud and earth, all the organic living material on the surface of the earth. Using your breath to propel that visualization, to see those roots moving through the different browns and oranges of the earth, feeling more stable, more secure, more balanced, more connected to the earth beneath us. To the goddess Gaia, Mother Earth. Becoming aware of the glow of light at the center of our planet. Becoming aware of the soul, the spirit of our Earth Mother. This divine feminine soul. And with your next breath in, I want you to imagine a change in direction. So whereas our roots were traveling down, now we are drawing energy up from the earth through these roots, traveling up with the ebb and the flow of our breath back into the physical body. And you may feel this energy as a sensation, as a warmth or a tingling. You may experience it as a colour travelling up through your body, or even an emotion, a sensation, a feeling of confidence, upliftment, unconditional love and support, of nourishment. And you may not feel anything at all, and that's absolutely okay. Remembering, as I said, this is a judgment-free zone. Just go with the experience exactly as it is. Feeling, if you are feeling that energy, setting the intention that that energy, that divine feminine, that Shakti, is filling your body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. As you feel empowered You feel confident, you feel centered and balanced. You feel at peace for perhaps the first time today, knowing that everything is as it needs to be, feeling that you are in complete control of yourself in this moment, bringing your focus to your breath as a focal point to help you stay centered, to help you stay present. As that beautiful prana travels in on your breath. Being aware of your connection to all the life force energy in the universe. Placing your hands on your heart if you wish. Just taking a few breaths to focus on our heart centers, the wheel of light that is our heart chakra, the seat of unconditional love and compassion, the center where the energies of earth and heaven dance together. Feeling blessed, feeling grateful, feeling abundant. Okay, and when you're ready, just start to bring your awareness back to your body. Perhaps having a stretch, having some movement. Perhaps moving your shoulders up and back. Perhaps taking a forward fold. You may feel a little bit uncomfortable from sitting still for a little while, so just find some movement. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. Oh, and let me know how you're doing. Just give me some hearts if you're feeling good. If you're still with me, let me know how you're feeling. If you can spare a few words. If you're going to use this time to journal and write down any of your experiences, anything that may have come through, now's the time to do that as we just take a couple of minutes to pause in between. So a little practice like that can be very short and very simple, but extremely and extraordinarily beneficial. So take the time to ground and to find your center daily and see how it will change things for you. Okay, because it really, really will. Thank you for the smiley face. That's really kind. Thank you, Fee. So, yes. Bit of grounding. Perfect. Always a good place to start, particularly if we do struggle with our thoughts running away from us and being stuck in the logic mind, the left side of the brain. It can be very beneficial to ground down and connect with that divine feminine energy, which has been neglected in many of us for a very, very long time. So by grounding down, connecting to Mother Earth and drawing some of that energy and love up from her, it really helps to ignite that fire within us and connect us to that truth. So I love that. Alyssa says, where usually I'd feel the roots going down. Today I was taken back to a day a few Christmases ago when I went for a long walk barefoot in the mud. Yeah, absolutely. That's another one that I love to do. Is just imagine my feet covered in mud, in the mud. I just imagining I'm in the mud. And that's always, you know, some of you who know me, you know, like I'm never happier than when my feet are covered in mud and I'm all, I'm all covered in earth. But that for me, it's a really relaxing, really powerful visual that really helps straight away to get us grounded. So Janine says, I felt a presence leaning over me and ears really buzzed. My eyes were closed but saw something passing them. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes absolute sense, Janine. Thank you for sharing that. Binky says, that was amazing. My roots were so strong tonight and I could just feel myself filling up with gorgeous earth energy. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Because, yeah, a lot of you are here every week with me. But and you'll know, you can attest to this, that the more that you do these practices, the more profound and the more intense that they can become. And when you start to build on these, you can find that when you need them in the moment, they're much more accessible to you, and you can add them to your toolkit of things to help you in your day-to-day life as well. That's one thing about short meditations more often, is that it strengthens what is known as the vagus nerve. And really, what that means in layman's terms is that, when you are in a stressful situation or you're experiencing anxiety or what have you come over you, you can quickly tap into that feeling of relaxation, because you've practiced getting yourself there over and over again. So in those times when you need it, when you are most stressed, your muscle memory can kick back in when you set the intention to find that stillness, and your muscle memory will kick back in and take you to that place of relaxation. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to do. So I'm glad you're feeling really content. That's amazing. That's beautiful. So yay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a bit of an energy cleanse, which I think is something that we could all really benefit from right now. We're going to do something, I don't know whether there is another name for this, but I call it the love and light breath. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back into relaxation, and we're going to imagine that we're breathing in a bright white light, and that white light, as it travels around our body, is cleansing and clearing and releasing any stagnant energy, anything that doesn't belong to us, any thought forms, anything like that that isn't serving our highest good. And it's going to clear that out. So as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out all that mucky energy until the air that you breathe in and breathe out is equally as bright and light. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send that energy out through our auric field as well, to clear our aura from any attachments, anything that's hanging on in there. And then we're going to radiate that light energy out to the earth and the collective. Now, it's really important, if you need to leave before the end of this meditation, that you ground your energies and you bring that light back within yourself, okay? Because we are going to be like beacons of light. And what can happen then is we become much more sensitive to the energy around us, but it also means that we leave ourselves very much open to being seen by beings that want to come and take a look and check out our energy, and it can leave us quite vulnerable. You're not going to be vulnerable in this space because you're going to absolutely be protected, but if you're walking around like that, it's amazing what you can take into your energy. So if you have to leave before the end, make sure you're closing and grounding, okay? Just really important. So yeah, safety first, my friends. Okay, now this is a really great opportunity now to call in any ancestors, angels, spirit guides that you would like to help assist with this practice. Okay, because it is powerful on its own, but if you ask for assistance from them, it takes it to that other level, a higher level, okay? And they can bring insights and answers and bring snippets of wisdom in for you as well. If you have any questions that are pressing in your mind, or if you're looking for reassurance, they can bring those answers to you now as well. So this is like a double whammy. It's absolutely, well, more than that. This is like one of the most powerful meditations that I've ever come across in all my years of spiritual seeking, you know, and all of the studies I've done of spiritual practices from you know, different cultures around the world through history. This is one of the most profound things that I have experienced, that can be done without a lot of ritual, that can be done without, you know, a lot of all the formalities that often come with spiritual practices. So this is a really great tool to have in your toolkit, a string to your bow, as it were. So I hope that you enjoy it. I hope I haven't hyped it up too much. I hope you really, really enjoy, you know, what happens in the next meditation practice. Okay, so I want you to just, you know, have a drink, do whatever you need to do, get yourself back into the comfortable position that you're going to be meditating in. And just start to bring your awareness back to your breathing again. Jumping straight in to use that exhale to drop those shoulders down away from your ears. Softening the muscles around your eyes, your cheeks, across your forehead, your tongue. Softening the palms of your hands, softening the soles of your feet. Making sure, if you can, that your exhale is slightly longer than your inhale, in a way that's comfortable for you. As you start to visualize, set the intention or ask that the light that you, the air that you breathe in, the breath that you breathe in, is made of pure, white, radiant light, with the energy of unconditional love flooding your body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, imagine that this breath is carrying with it anything that no longer serves you. Give yourself permission to let these things go. And continue the cycle, breathing in pure white light, breathing out any stagnant energy, any thought forms that are not serving you. Any unwanted thoughts, emotions. Give yourself permission to let these things go. Breathing in that beautiful white light. Breathing out a murky grey light. And just use your breath, your intention, your awareness to move around your body, cleansing and clearing with each breath. If there are any areas where you feel physical discomfort, if you are aware of any physical issues or dis-ease within the body, spend a few breath cycles in that space, seeing it fill up with radiant light, glowing brightly from within you. See this area becoming perfectly harmonized, perfectly balanced. Seeing it in utterly perfect condition. Just moving around, making sure in your own time that you have traveled everywhere within the body, from the top of your head down to the tips of your fingers, back up and down to the tips of your toes. You may visualize it as sort of warm, soapy water coming in and cleansing and clearing, washing away whatever has to go. Remember to give yourself permission to let these things go. You may become aware of spirit guides or healing ambassadors drawing close to you. You may like to invite your guardian angel to draw close. You may already be aware of loved ones around you helping you to cleanse and clear and release anything that is obstructing your energy, that is lowering your vibrational frequency. You may become aware of unfamiliar sensations in the body arising from the idea of letting things go. Sometimes we have held on to them for so long, it can feel quite strange and alien. But give yourself permission, set the intention now to cleanse and clear and release what is holding you back. Whatever you have accumulated that doesn't belong to you energetically, until your whole body is filled with this beautiful white glowing light. You may start to feel yourself sitting a bit taller as you feel lighter and lighter as your frequency increases. You may start to become aware of colours in your third eye. You may become aware of other sensations, perhaps similar to that we experience during a Reiki healing session. You may experience other energetic releases like yawns or itchy nose. And just be at peace with that. Be free of judgment. And as your body is filled to the very outer edges with this white light, now become aware of this light radiating outwards from your physical body through the layers of your auric field, clearing and cleansing as you go. Again, releasing any attachments, any thought forms, any stagnant energy, anything that doesn't belong to you. It's being cleared, transmuted, and released as this light radiates out from the middle of you like a candle shining in the darkness. This light radiates through each layer of your aura, cleansing, clearing, smoothing, sealing and healing any cracks or tears that may be there. Until you get to the very outer edge of your auric field, the auric egg, the plasma sheath around the outside of your electromagnetic field. Just take a few breaths here for a moment. Seeing yourself as this beautiful being of light. This is your true form, your true state. Pure unconditional love and light radiating out in the dark. Imagining now the light of each and every person around the world. Sending your awareness out to connect our hearts with all other beings, with all other living creatures. Becoming aware of every other soul who is praying, every other soul who is meditating now for peace, love, and harmony in this world. As we send out our prayers, as we send out our love to all of those who need it. As we send out our prayers and love so that all our brothers and sisters can join us on this journey of truth, of awareness. See this light like a blanket, enveloping the whole world in its energy, so that all of the fear, all of the anxiety, all of the anger, all of those vibrations on the lower end of the spectrum start to rise, the frequency lifting and elevating. So it can all be transmuted and converted to love, to compassion, to peace and harmony. As we come together in truth and love. Perhaps becoming aware of the light travelling down from the heavens, a light travelling down from the sky above your head, a golden light travelling down, entering through the top of your head, the crown chakra. As this gold light travels down, filling you with this radiant divine light from the heavens. Surrounding you in this gold bubble of abundance and prosperity consciousness. Surrounding you with the awareness that all is possible. Everything that we can imagine, we can create in the world around us. We are conscious creators, mindful manifestors. And whatever we focus on, we give our attention to. Whatever we focus on grows. So focus on love, peace, focus on the good of humanity, and aligning with your path and your purpose. Placing your hands over your heart if you wish. Focusing on your heart center once again. As the energies that we've drawn down from the heavens dance together and mingle with the energy of Mother Earth. As our earthly body and our divine energetic body dance together in harmony in our hearts. Remembering that we are both a child of heaven and a child of the earth. And our job is to bring both of these things into balance. So we can wholeheartedly embody our truth. Our purpose. And our greatness. Okay, take a deep breath now, my friends. Perhaps the biggest breath you have taken all day so far. And just bring your awareness once again to the chair, to the bed, to your fingers and toes. Perhaps have a stretch, have a wiggle, have a yawn, have a drink of water, or whatever your beverage of choice is at this time of the evening. And let me know how you are feeling. Give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, let me know you're still with me, gang. And over the last couple of weeks I've had some messages from people the following morning saying that they'd fallen asleep during the session and they'd had a really good night's sleep. But yeah, I know it's that time of night where we are all getting a bit sleepy, but just let me know if you are still here. Let me know how you're feeling, if there was any particular parts you enjoyed, if there was anything that you experienced, any symbols or colours you may have seen that you would like some clarity on, let me know. Let me know, my friends. Just a couple of minutes now before we go into our final little segment of this evening. Got a few minutes left. Well, I hope you're still with me, gang. I know Alyssa's still here. Lovely. My nose kept itching, felt like cobwebs on my face, says Vicky. Yeah, that's not uncommon actually. Cobwebs on the face. That's quite a common thing for, when you start to feel the energies and your frequency starts rising. And yeah, people have described it as that, cobwebs on the face. Yeah, exciting, interesting. Tanya says, that was so magnificently beautiful. I love the sound of your voice and the words you use. Thank you. That's such a kind thing to say. I felt my mum and dad cuddling me both over the Rainbow Bridge. That is so beautiful. I'm so glad, Tanya. That is, that's made it all worthwhile this evening, just for you to have that experience. I'm so, so, so glad that you've enjoyed that. Amanda says she felt herself being lifted up by angels, beautiful energy. Tanya also says that she felt the cobwebs all day. So yeah, it's often a sign that spirit are drawing close to us. It's interesting, isn't it? My little boy gets it in bed. He says it feels like it's tickling his face. But he's a very, very psychic little child. I was feeling bloated and that's gone. I saw a dear friend who was past helping me out and I feel so happy. It really felt it tonight after a tough few weeks of not being able to meditate so well. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm really glad that's helped, and I think our little chat at the beginning before we settle in as well helps people kind of settle in and settle down as well. So I'm so glad, Ali. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences, everyone. That is so lovely. That's really, really nice. So we're going to start to go into, there's something on my screen. I didn't know if it was something on my face then. So we're just, and thank you for your kind words as well, everyone, by the way. That's really, really kind of you. So we're going to go in now to our final meditation practice of this evening, and then we'll have a little chit chat at the end, and then we'll say our good nights. But if you have enjoyed this and you do think of someone that may benefit from this as well, remember they don't have to join the live, they can watch the replay, so you could send this to them in a message afterwards if you think that they will benefit from it. I would deeply appreciate you for that. So Binky says, yeah, itchy nose, felt so incredibly calm and still, full and radiant with light glowing out around me. Beautiful. My headache left as well when I was releasing. That's amazing. Headaches going round a lot the last couple of days. Really, really heavy headaches for a lot of people, and like sharp pains. I think it's to do with the planets. I think it's to do with the energy shifting. But yeah, I'm so glad that that's released for you, Binky. That's amazing. Yeah, fantastic. And just before we jump in as well, obviously this is a free session. If you did want to make a donation, I can put my tip jar if you are able to do so, or you feel that you would like to do an energy exchange in some way. I can put my PayPal tip jar in the link above, and also check out my Patreon membership, because with those donations you also get loads of perks and benefits as well. Okay, just putting that out there. So yeah, let's get back in our comfortable seated or lying down position as we finish off our practice, our soul-centered practice for this evening. Drop straight back into that nice, slow, relaxed breath. Fluttering your eyes gently closed if you haven't already. Using your out breath to drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Softening the muscles around your eyes, your jaw. Softening the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet. And just calling your light home to you. All that light that you sent outwards, just bring it back home. Seeing that light just moving closer and closer back towards the physical body. So that light is contained within you. Remembering that you are golden, you are made of stardust. You are a being of light. But now it is time to connect back with our physical form and connect back with our Earth Mother as we send our awareness once again to our feet on the floor or the support that is underneath us, connecting with the earth below us either through roots traveling down into the earth, through visualizing our feet in the mud, through sending a light down into the ground below. Just feeling that connection growing stronger with each breath. If you are visualizing the roots traveling down into the earth, see them spreading far and wide. Imagining a tree with roots so deep and so strong that no matter how powerful a storm blows through, the tree will not move or sway or budge because its roots are holding it so steady and so stable. Feeling into that connection with Gaia, once again, feeling that unconditional love, that protection, that a mother bear gives to her cubs, as Mother Earth gives her children. Feel that energy drawing up within you, that Shakti energy, that divine feminine force, that fire of passion burning inside of you as you grow in confidence and courage to align with the truth of who you are. As that fire burns away all of your excuses, all of your fears and worries of judgment, of ridicule. you feel nothing but confidence and trust and faith in the person that you incarnated to be. You have trust and faith in your higher self, the light of your soul, the light being of which you are just a small fragment, with its infinite wisdom, choosing to come down to earth at this time to fulfill a mission, to fulfill a purpose, to make a difference to this world, to the people that you care about. See yourself standing tall, chest out, perhaps hands on your hips in a superhero stance, feeling this surge of exhilaration, of courage, of utter self-belief flowing through you, standing tall and brave, knowing that you are exactly where you are supposed to be on your journey, trusting that everything is unfolding in your path as it should, knowing that your guides, inspirers, angels, ancestors are guiding you, are cheering you on, are there to support you in every way possible. When we are mindful enough to ask for that support. Now we are going to set the intention, ask and visualize for a layer of armor to be placed upon us. A suit of armor from our guides, starting at the feet, traveling up our legs, up to our thighs, across our stomach and abdomen, up our chest, across our back, down our arms to our fingertips. These beautifully strong protective suits of armor, beautifully complemented now by a beautiful cloak being placed around our shoulders. Any colour, any style, whatever you need at this time. And now imagining around the outer edges, around the plasmic sheath, around the borders of our auric field, a layer of protection, either a bubble, a force field, perhaps even mirrors reflecting things back, perhaps even dragon skin, to protect us from anything other than love, compassion, healing, knowing that only high vibrational frequencies that come to serve your highest good are welcome in this space, in your energy field. Believing with true faith and conviction that what we ask for is given. And that as this intention has been set, as these requests have been sent, and so it is. Now just bring your awareness to your breath, just for a few more moments, my friends, as we take 3 breaths in your own time. 1 for your mind, 1 for your body, and 1 for your spirit. Placing your hands on your heart. We'll finish with gratitude for ourselves, for showing up here and taking this time today for yourself, for your self-care, for your spiritual self-care. Offering gratitude to your ancestors, angels and spirit guides who have drawn close to assist this evening. Gratitude for all your prayers that have been answered, that shall be answered. Gratitude to everyone around the world on a mission to raise the frequency of this planet. To all those working tirelessly to bring in light and love. To everyone who has connected here this evening and shared their energy with us. And to Mother Earth. To Father God. Shakti, Shiva, and for all that is, was, and ever shall be. In love and peace, my friends. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. And when you're ready, just start to bring yourself back to your physical body. Again, finding that movement, finding that sway, that stretch, whatever your body is calling out for, whatever feels good for you. Know that you have your breath in every single moment of every single day. It is there for you to tap into, to tune into whenever you need to be brought back to yourself. Through slow, deep breaths, we can really take control of our emotions. We can really take back the steering wheel of our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences by focusing on our breath. Because it is impossible to be agitated, fearful, anxious when we are breathing slow, relaxed, deep breaths. It's physically impossible to be both. So through control of our breath, we can take control of our situation, how we respond and react, and how we feel in each moment. Okay, so just remember that. I hope you're all feeling well. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you've had some real great takeaways from tonight's session. I've really enjoyed it. This is one of the highlights of my week, I have to say. and I'm in the process of recording some tracks for my YouTube channel. So if you guys have any suggestions, any recommendations of topics that you think I should cover, that your kind of go-tos when it comes to finding meditations on YouTube, please let me know. I would love to be able to tailor and create content for my, for my for my tribe, for my followers, for my soul family, my Patreon family. So if you're not already, please come over and join my Facebook community centered, aligned and connected. There's a really great bunch in there. Unlike this group, that's actually a closed group. So what happens in the group stays in the group, whereas this one's open. Whereas that one, it's a more personal, private space where we can talk about our spiritual experiences. We can talk about, things that are a little bit more woo, a little bit more out there. For those people that are still not connecting with that many soulful awakened beings in their day-to-day life. So come and join the community, let's connect together. Binky says, yay to Patreon memberships, my most well spent money every month. Well, thank you, Binky, that's lovely. And that is a really great community and friendship group that is expanding as well. So please check out my Patreon account. Thank you, Holly says. Karen, you're welcome. Diolch, Holly. I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr, bawb. Thank you very much, everybody. It is lovely to be able to do this for you all. Thank you for your peace, Holly. It was so needed. I spent the second half of the meditation unwittingly lying here on my bed in my superwoman pose, since you mentioned it in the meditation. Fantastic. And the way, it's not only the words that we say that has an impact on our energy, and it's not just the things that we think, but it is actually what we do with our physical body as well has an impact on our emotional and thought and physiological cycles. So actually standing there or sitting there in a power pose like a superhero, it changes the chemistry that's going on within your body and gives you more hormones associated with confidence and courageousness. There's a really great author who I love, who I've met a few times. He's an absolute sweetheart, Dr. David Hamilton, and he talks in his books a lot about studies that have been done. His background is scientific, even though he's a well-known author in the mind, body, spirit field. So he brings science to all of the research and all of the things that he puts together. And he said that there are a lot of studies around this subject, but he mentioned one where people just 5 minutes every morning had to stand in front of the mirror in the superhero pose before they went to work, and the impact that had on their lives was incredibly profound. So never underestimate, if we sit there kind of closed off and with our arms crossed and hunched up, our body's going to start hormones that, perpetuate the emotions that cause that. Whereas if we kind of break free from that and create spaciousness and dance or sing or do things that we do when we're feeling happy, we confuse our body into thinking, wait a minute, she's doing something she does when she's relaxed or happy, and it starts pumping out more of those hormones associated with that to help us feel more courageous, to help us feel more happy, relaxed, at peace. So there are so many hacks that we can do to hack the system, because this physical body is just like a computer, and it can be hacked in so many different ways. And that's what the things that we've talked about throughout this video tonight that can be doing, all the different things that we mentioned earlier on before we did the meditations. But the superhero pose, the power stance, that's a really, really powerful thing. And that guy's name again is David Hamilton. If you want to go check out any of his research, one of the best books I've ever read in my life, I Love Me by David Hamilton, is a life changer. How Your Mind Can Heal Your Body is another one that he's written. I could go on. I love his books. I have so many of his books, but they're really, really great ones for really looking at how your mind affects your body. massively, and how we can interrupt that cycle and hijack it for our own benefit. So if you want to hear me talk about more about that, if you have any questions about that, please drop them in the comments box below, and I'd love to kind of assist you and help you with that aspect of your path. But you know, the first most important step of any kind of change is awareness of what you want to change, and the second and most important step is intention, having the intention to change. So again, just, you know, this is what meditation can really help with, is helping us become aware of what it is that is limiting us, what it is that we need to make changes with, and then, you know, it gives us that opportunity to set the intention and to visualize those changes actually happening. And that's another thing that, you know, what I do with that, you know, visualizing in the meditation, yourself standing there strong and powerful like a warrior, you know, it really causes those changes within you as well to make those big shifts. So I hope that resonates. I hope it makes sense. So, hello, Sam. So thank you everyone for being here this evening. I'm truly grateful, truly blessed. If you want to know anything else that I'm up to, come and follow me on Instagram at holistic_Holly. Check out my stories. I post in my stories every day. Even if I'm not posting elsewhere, I'm always in my Instagram stories. I'm Holly's Holistic Healing is my Facebook page, and also my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please come subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. The numbers are growing daily, but I really want to boost my follower count on YouTube. So if you could come and do that, I would be really grateful. And I've got a few other things going on in the pipeline. I'm going to be sharing more about that over in my other Facebook community, Centered, Aligned and Connected, over the next few days. So please come over. But if I don't see you before, I hopefully see you same time next week, 9 p.m. soul-centered meditation sessions every Thursday. And don't forget to share this with your friends if you have found it valuable. Oh, hang on, let me just check. Binky, oh, Tanya says, such a calming night. Many thanks. You're welcome. Binky says, the energy was amazing tonight. It really was. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing it. I could really feel my third eye towards the end of that one. Bright purple and physical, tingling power. Can't describe it. That makes me so happy, Binky. You're definitely, you know, moving up into that space. Yes, amazing. So thank you, everyone. To all my Patreon supporters, I'll see you in the group chat, and for everyone else, hopefully see you elsewhere on Facebook or on the internet somewhere between now and next week. Remember, my inbox is always open. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Until then, love, light, and many blessings, my friends. Sat Nam. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.